Okay. Yes, thank you, Miles. Very good. Okay. Grab that. Okay. Nope. All right, guys, so here's my plan. I'm going to try and go through a couple examples, and then you can look at these pages and work through the rest on your own. So we left on whatever was the last day I saw you guys, I guess Thursday, talking about our design cycle, and we had to figure out how we were going to create hypotheses, null and alternative. So I am on page, yeeks, I'm not page numbered. Maybe this is 12. I think this is page either 12. I think this is 12. The one that looks like this. So when we're doing null, thank you, Miles, stop doing that. Here. Every researcher picks a topic because they want to prove something. So each one of these examples, 3 through 7, is a situation, and we are trying to determine what the null and alternative hypotheses are. So I'm going to take a look at just a couple of these, and I'll have you try the rest. So this first one says, you bought a bag of potato chips, and when you opened it, you noticed that it seemed mostly filled with air. The bag claims that there's 28.3 grams of chips in every bag, and you think this is an overestimate. Write a null and alternative hypothesis to the situation. So here, this would be like when you go to the vending machine and you get a bag of chips and it's like completely empty. So this would be a situation where you are trying to disprove what the current belief is. So the current belief claimed by the company is that there's at least 28.3 grams of chips in every bag. So when we write our null, remember it's HO, not the HO, but our null would be, let's go ahead and put this in here, that there are, and you could say, I would say at least 28.3 grams of chips in every bag, and not exactly 28.3 because, you know, if you got more, then the company still is fulfilling their claims, but you're saying there's at least. So even though that's not what you think is true, that's what the null hypothesis is, because that's what is the currently held belief. When you do the alternative, you're just basically going to say what the opposite is. So if the null is there's at least 23 grams of chips in every bag, the alternative is there is not, and you could say less than 28.3 grams of chips in every bag. Okay. So that, you know, just making sure you're doing the opposite and having to determine what the current belief is. So I'm going to jump down and take a look to number 5. Uh-oh. What'd you lose? Here you go. Okay. And look at, Katie loves to listen to music while she does her schoolwork. Her teacher does not allow headphones in class, but Katie thinks her grades are better when she listens to music. Okay, maybe the drumstick's too loud. Try this one instead. Miles, try this one. Try the marker. Okay. So, now here, you have to think about what the current belief is, and in this case, it would be from the point of view of the teacher or what the rules in place are. So, for this one, since Katie thinks that listening to music helps her schoolwork, that's going to be our null. So the teacher thinks that it doesn't. So music, and it doesn't need to be super fancy. You don't need to like over put stuff in your hypothesis. So music does not improve grades. You're okay. You're okay. And then your alternative would be music does improve grades. And you can see that you don't have to be super like detailed with your hypothesis, because you're just trying to prove exactly one thing or the other. Okay, so you're going to fill out questions 4, 6, and 7. Okay, now what I would love for you guys to do, maybe you can share some logins here or ask for, I think it's 99 cents for this episode. On Amazon, there is an episode of Mythbusters called No Pain, No Gain. And they're testing different myths about pain. And they do a really good job with these 3 topics. They test, basically the question is who can withstand more pain? And men versus women, if redheads can withstand pain, and then if cursing will help you to handle pain better than not cursing. And you're going to watch that. You're going to do the null and alternative hypothesis for each. It's season 8, episode 1, and that's what it's called. So it's pretty easy to look it up. And I think you can, I bought it for 99 cents. And then on this next page, you'll go ahead and fill out what's happening for each of the things. So you're going to see if you can find each of these cycles as you... Sorry, Miles is playing with his Legos, guys. Each part of those research cycles. So the question, the design, the collect, analyze, and report. And that's what I'd like you working on today, is just finishing up these and then watching a Mythbusters and going through this page 13 here with each one of those. And then I'll check back in tomorrow, make a little video about what this stuff is, and see if you were able to correctly find each of the parts in the episode. I also posted, I made a comment that I'm going to start checking through all of your proposals already on 365. So check in a little bit later today, this afternoon, for my individualized comments on what you got going on. All right, bye guys.